Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about 10 ways that 1.20 can be improved. These are just some changes that I think 1.20 features could have to make them a little bit better or more fun. So inside of these chests is everything actually coming in 120. I do quickly just want to note we are still in 120 snapshots, so these items could be added to, obviously if more things come. But currently this is what we have. A lot of them are just like replicas of different types of item. But we have quite a lot. Also, we have mob sounds on jukeboxes, trail ruins, and also edit signs / double signs. So let's first of all start with archaeology, because archaeology is one of the things that I was most excited for when they first announced it. In my honest opinion, it's a fun mechanic. But I think it's going to be one of them things that people mess around with for the first few months of 1.20's release. And then it's going to be something people don't really care about as much. Just because there's no real achievements for archaeology. Apart from pottery shards, obviously if you're into decorating with unique custom items, then archaeology is going to be a mechanic for you. Because you can get, 20 different pottery shards to decorate pots. The only other thing you can get from actually archaeology is these 4 smithing templates. So obviously archaeology is going to be something if you're a collector or if you like these templates, you're obviously then going to want to go and dig up these. Also, you can get the music disc from digging and the sniffer egg. You need at least 2 sniffer eggs to actually get breeding with sniffers. The only real use of archaeology for me is going to be getting these once per world, because obviously once you have one of each of these, you can then duplicate them with diamonds, the block, and one of these, and then also getting 2 sniffer eggs, and then I can obviously just breed the sniffers up so I don't have to go looking for any more eggs. So archaeology is quite underwhelming, and I think it does need some improvements to make it a mechanic people use for longer, or within the first, let's say, 20 days of a Minecraft world. And how I think these changes could be made: make digging the blocks more useful, make the items you can get from them a bit more valuable. Currently, the items you get from digging them, inside of the actual trail ruins, there are a lot of variety, but they're kind of mostly scrappy items that you wouldn't really go hunting for. It's more efficient to craft them or get them another way. Make it so people in survival mode can pick these blocks up and bury their own items within the block. But I think being able to add blocks and items to the sus sand and sus gravel is something that would be cool. And then it means that people can go hunting for these blocks and pick them up, and then bury their own items, create mini games, or even treasure hunts with them. Another way is to make the actual decorated pots more than just decoration, because for people who don't care about decoration, these pots are absolutely pointless. So is like 90% of the things you get from archaeology. Now, what could these pots be used for? I'm not actually too sure. They could be used as a inventory, like a chest or shulker box, but I think that would be then too easy. They could have some unique reactions to redstone maybe, because then that means redstone players would go hunting for them. Maybe comparators can lead into them, and maybe depending on what actual patterns they have, they give a redstone signal based on that. That would then make redstone players want them. What if you could actually dye the decorated pot to make it blend into more environments? Because currently it comes in the one texture, which is terracotta. So being able to dye them, I think, is something that would be good. So there's 2 ways you can dye them. You could dye the whole pot, which I think could be cool, but I think that might be a bit too much. Or you could just dye the pattern on the pot. So this grey right here where the pattern is, that could maybe be dyed in different colours. I think to make it stand out a bit more, or to make it blend in with your base a bit more. Now we've covered archaeology, let's quickly cover smithing templates, because I think this is a really cool mechanic. I love how they've implemented it. I love the amount of different customizations that there is with smithing templates. One change I would like to see to smithing templates or armor upgrades is I would love to see more of the actual materials added to here, because currently there is, I think, like 8. And although there are a lot of different options, there are obviously a lot of different colors. A lot of them are literally just colors. I would like to see some patterns added. Like, let's say, for example, echo shards. Maybe you could put an echo shard in here, and that would give you like a sculk look on your armor. There isn't really too much I can say about smithing templates, apart from the fact I definitely think armored smithing templates should be able to go on shields, swords, tools, and also elytras. I think that is a missed opportunity for smithing templates, because for a lot of people carry around 2 pickaxes, one with fortune and one with silk touch. What if you could throw your pickaxe in here with a smithing template, and then your pickaxe can look different, so you don't have to go in your inventory and go, okay, that's my silk touch, that's my fortune. You can look at them and tell the difference between what material they have. I think that would be really cool. Now let's cover the sniffer. The sniffer is a really cool mob, and I like how it actually works. I love its animations, I love its sound effects. There is just one problem with the actual sniffer. Apart from it being a cool looking mob and a mob that you might want around your base or at certain areas, the items it drops is once again for decoration. So if you're not a decorative type of person, this mob is completely pointless. Now, a way this can be improved, maybe have it drop a flower that you could use for something. Whether that be used in redstone, whether that be used in a different type of a crafting recipe or something. The sniffer's digging mechanic is kind of pointless to someone who don't care about decorating their bases or their world. Now, the Piglin head. I really love the Piglin head. I think the way of obtaining it is kind of difficult, because you have to either get a charged creeper into the nether, which isn't easy, or you have to get a Piglin into the overworld, which they only survive in the overworld, I think it's for 60 seconds. So that is kind of difficult, and I think the way of obtaining it is kind of annoying. A few ways I think it should be obtained, how it currently is, but you can find it within bastions. Maybe there's like a certain structure where there's a few Piglin heads scattered around the actual floor, as if Piglins have used their head to decorate. Or even just in chests, they add it to the loot table of bastions, because that is the home of the Piglins. So it would make sense for Piglin heads to be scattered around that actual structure. This is actually possible because you can actually find skeleton skulls inside of ancient cities now. So it's not the fact that Minecraft don't want these skulls to naturally generate. Now, 2 more things. First of all, pink petals. I don't like how these can only be placed on vegetation blocks. As you can see, I'm clicking and I can't place it on the sand, but you can place it on grass. Now, I don't like that because it's a petal, not really a flower. I guess it's meant to represent like fallen leaves from the actual cherry leaves, because obviously these have the falling particles. Give it a second. Yes, as you can see, these have falling particles. I think the pink petals are meant to represent them falling particles landing on the floor. So it don't make sense how you can only place them on vegetation blocks. I guess would place anywhere, apart from obviously blocks that are not supported like half slabs. But any solid block, they should be able to fall onto, meaning they should be able to be placed onto. And the final thing, the camel. I think another way they could be made useful is the ability to have mobs riding the back of them. If there is one player on it, like let's say me sitting right here, I really think you should be able to put mobs of a certain size on the back of them, so then you can transport mobs around land a lot easier without using leads. But anyway, that is it for this video. It's just a little video I wanted to upload, just so I can give my thoughts on 1.20. I love how they've gone a bit chaotic with the update, and it's a bit of everything in the update. But there are improvements that can always be made, so I thought I would just throw some of my thoughts in. If you have any ways 1.20 features could be improved, let me know in the comments. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.